9 minutes after 6 o'clock now on the CKNW Morning News. You may have just noticed that commercial going by talking about an online mall for you to do your shopping. Well, we had Black Friday and the crowds in the malls, but today is known as Cyber Monday as people go out and look for bargains on the web. But there are things you have to be aware of so that you don't get yourself into trouble. Rob Abdul is a leading expert on this business. He's an author, he's an e-commerce expert, and he's joining us now from the United Kingdom. Rob, good morning to you from Vancouver.
Good morning.
How big is the online business?
It's very interesting. Up in Canada, if we look at the online retail sales from 2010 and the forecast up to 2015, in 2010, the market was worth $16.5 billion. Last year, it was $18.5 billion. This year, it's expected to be $21.1 billion. And by 2015, it's expected to be $30.9 billion. And that growth is higher than the growth that's expected to be in the U.S.
Wow.
In Canada, the growth of the online market is expected to be 11%, whereas in the U.S. for the same period, it's expected to be 9.4%. Now, another way of looking at online spending in Canada and what it's worth is if you look at the entire GDP of Armenia, the Canadians spend as much as the entire GDP of Armenia in a single year. So it's pretty big business.
Well, it's big business, it's convenient business, but give us the biggest pitfall that you should avoid.
Now, things to bear in mind when you're purchasing online. I mean, when you look at prices of items, individual items and things, they look, at first appearance, they will look like they're very competitive compared to the high street. But by the time you go to checkout and deliveries added on top, that's when you get a slight sting, because you realize that actually what seemed to be a good price to start with, by the time you check out and you add delivery, whether it's next day delivery or next 3 working days or 5 working days, that's where you tend to get stung, and it sort of balances itself out.
All right. Well, on that note, we appreciate the tip there on what to look for when it comes to buying online. Rob Abdul, who is an author and e-commerce expert on this Cyber Monday.